Hello, hello. This is Paper Cuts Included coming to you live from the Ninja Turtle sleeping blanket, and that's how I know it's legit. Today we're going to be doing another pickup video. If this is your first ever Paper Cuts Included video, we are a comic book YouTube channel dedicated to talking about comic books, comic book art, art in general, all things that make a comic book a comic book. It's ran by me and my two co-hosts. We are all three working artists, so we like to talk about just the art. You know, what makes it work, what doesn't, what does this artist do, how does he do it, what would we do, what have we done. And usually this is where I show off some of my art, but I don't. I guess I can show a sketch real quick if you can see it on screen. I'm working on these little print ideas right now, which it's kind of hard to see because it's blue line, but I'm working on a ray fillet and where are those other two at? And you've seen this neutralizer print I'm working on in a Rat King. I'm working on these little print ideas right now. So those are the sketches for them. You know, I sketch them first, then I'll put them on the block, the linoleum block, then carve it, print it, yada yada yada. Print making, print making. But no, this is going to be a pickup video. This is just me kind of talking about what I've bought recently, giving brief overviews of it, my personal opinions over them. So these are very relaxed videos. If you want more of a technical aspect, look at our Under the Microscope series. Look at our Miller Fridays videos, our Turtle Thursdays. We're getting themes. If you want just Ninja Turtles, look at our Turtle Thursdays. If you just want Frank Miller artwork, Miller Fridays. We're doing Manga Mondays. So if you want a manga, go to our Manga Mondays. And we're going to be starting a Madman Monday, I think. So if you want just all red artwork, look at those. And this one's kind of a proto all red, as we'll see pretty soon. So I guess I'll just get into what I bought. This was the most disappointing purchase, and this was the most expensive one at this store I went to. I've always wanted this book, a Miller and Sienkiewicz book. Like, how could I not? Right? It's one of my favorite artists, Frank Miller, with a really good artist, Sienkiewicz. It sounds like a match in heaven, and it was for $10 for sure. I noticed it was waterlogged, which and that's okay. I'll accept that. But when I opened it, when we were leaving the store, because I thought it was just waterlogged, the back cover is covered in mold spots. So that's why it's not. I'm not gonna take it out of the bag. Usually this is where I take it out, but it's just in there, you know. And I was super disappointed. Part of me was like, man, do I take it back? Because it's just, to me is like, is it a health concern? Like, I'm not gonna read it now. I checked the pages, and the pages didn't look like they had direct mold on them. It's just the back cover inside has it. So I'm hoping I can, for a really special video, me and my co-host will rip this book apart and bind the pages. Cut the covers off, throw those away because I don't want to try to get mold, and see if we can salvage the actual interior. But we'll see. If anyone knows about how to get mold out of a comic book, or just if there is a way, or do I just trash it, which would suck because it was $10, and I was really excited, and I don't want to just toss it. I've never tossed the comic book, and it feels bad just thinking about it. But no, like, this was so disappointing to find. I was so sad, and I what I think had happened is I've went to this comic book store once before, and it had not a whole lot of stock. It was mostly singles and like some notable big books, like the whole Watchmen set, the whole Dark Knight set. Some Marvel books I don't really remember. But this go round, he probably had hundreds of trades, like trade paperbacks or big books. All in similar beat up condition. So I'm wondering if he bought it from a collector whose house had flooded at one point, or a warehouse that flooded at one point, because it was just all the trades he had looked similar, and it was a young guy too. It wasn't some old guy who's selling off his store. It was this bookstore hadn't even been open a year yet, and might not be open in another year. So I'm gonna have to give them some more support. But no, we'll get past that. Another trade I got from that store is this Mobius exotics. I don't know why I tripped up with that word so bad. I was super jealous. My co-host who was there, he got to the magazine section before me and found probably one of the nicest copies of Young Blueberry I had ever seen for $10. That's probably my most sought after Mobius book right now, and he just found it for $10, and I was so jealous. But hey, I got him over this Mobius Exotics. This is one of my favorite Mobius pieces of art, anyway. We're gonna flip through it a little bit, not too much, because Mobius is a little bit of a pervert in a good way, but his artwork's incredible. To see, like, you even got water damage right there. So it has to be just some place that just, you know, got flooded, or maybe there's a fire and they had to, I don't know, something happened because all of his trades were in similar condition. And if you don't know who Mobius is, stop this video right now and go read some Mobius. Go read The Long Tomorrow. Read Blueberry. His coloring's amazing. His art's amazing. You will be like, oh my god, what is this? And that's just Mobius. He's an amazing artist who's done, probably pioneered cyberpunk, pioneered just this new age of artist. It's incredible. If you know Jeff Darrow, you'll probably know him because him and Darrow were friends. He's just a great sci-fi artist who really pioneered in his field and gone too soon. You know, one of our first ever pickup videos was me talking about his Blueberry book, which, if you love westerns, read Blueberry. Blueberry is probably my favorite Mobius work, and it's amazing. There's Blueberry, where the main character, named Blueberry, is or a cowboy, and then you have Young Blueberry, which is about him in the Civil War. They're great pieces of work, great storytelling, great coloring, just amazing artwork. Like, if this looks good, Blueberry is 10 times better. So go check it out. Go read Blueberry. Man, we're gonna have to do a video on Blueberry soon, which I don't own any issues of it. I own a Portuguese trade of it. So I guess we could just look at the artwork and read along with the translated version. But it's insane. Like, I would never think to color this like this, but it's incredible, you know. I think it's amazing. I know it's amazing. He was an artist way ahead of his time, gone too soon, and just really, like I said, pioneered the sci-fi art. Him, for sci-fi artists, I put him, Wally Wood on that Mount Rushmore of sci-fi artists. They've done so much, and their art looks amazing. Like, Mobius was one of those artists that makes me want to draw as soon as I, finish reading some of it. It's like, oh, let me go to the drawing table and get to work, which I think is a really good, like, trait as an artist. Is if you can get people to go draw, hey, I think that's a medal on your shoulder. Just love his art. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get to some pervert stuff, so we're not gonna get to that. But no, like, go read Mobius if you haven't already. That's my last. Stop this video and watch him because he's amazing. Although his work is usually a little bit pricey because he's a French artist, and there's been I don't think his stuff's been remade in a while, besides like the Inkle, but it's worth it. It's worth the investment. He's in heavy metals. That's probably the easiest way to get into him, is try to find the heavy metals he's in. I think there's a whole Mobius issue of heavy metal. Or if you luck out and find trades like these, this was like $5 because it was beat up to hell too. And I don't think he really knew much about Mobius, the owner of the store. Like, he had one Mobius book for 100, but I don't know. Who knows? Comic book store owners get weird sometimes. Like, I found a $300 Mobius portfolio for $5 at one comic book store. And that's probably my best ever find. And they just had it on a, like, half off trade table. I got that and some really good Sin City trades for like $5 each. It was awesome. So there's my Mobius purchase. And now we're going to get to that almost proto um, all red video. You know, I've been finding all these Future Foundation books, which I guess I'm going to have to read Future Foundation now. I couldn't tell you the last Marvel book I read. Like, seriously, I don't read Marvel. I don't really collect Marvel that much besides some characters I like. I collect Howard the Duck. I collect Weapon X for Barry Windsor Smith. Anything all red. So now I have Future Foundation and some Silver Surfer books. Just key things here and there. Daredevil, Born Again is one of my favorite books. A really good book. It's just, you know, insane. But no, All Red is an amazing artist. If you haven't seen any of the All Red videos, I don't know how, because I'm pretty sure I talk about him at least once a week of how good he is as a cartoonist, as a artist. His wife's really good at coloring his works. They're a great team. So, if you just want a good cartoonist artist, look at All Red. He does some amazing work. His art stays consistent, his stories stay consistent. You can learn a lot from him. The book we're going to look at next is probably the best when it comes to learning, and I want to figure out how he does some of his stuff because his art's just so good. He's an amazing artist of the figure. He can draw the figure so well, and he's just a great comic book guy. I've heard nothing but good things about people meeting him publicly. He's able to get all these amazing artists do variant back cover, or not variant, but just back covers for him. It's incredible what Michael Allred's accomplished in the art world. And I want to see more of it. I'd love to see a Madman. I was talking to my co-host. Madman seems like it's at the it was always on the cusp of turning into something bigger than a comic. Like it. You know, Freakazoids pretty much is a Madman show. That's what they based it off of. So where's our Madman cartoon? Where's our Madman HBO show? I think it would translate really well, especially if it was animated. But that's my soapbox for All Red. All right, and then like I said, our Proto Madman Monday is I finally have it. This was the first ever Madman book I've read. I borrowed this from my co-host, and I was able to buy it at this bookstore with all the beat up trades. And this one's not as beat up. It's got a rough cover. You can tell it was in dirt or something, or someone just read it a lot. You know, but I have it now. These are the Tundra issues, or not all of them, but most of the first three. So now I have them. I don't know how expensive those first three issues are. I want to say they're like 10 to 15 each, which ain't too bad, but I'm an art student, so don't have that big of a budget. Whereas I got this trade for I think like $8, because since it was beat up, he let me get a little bit cheaper. I love it when comic book store owners let you buy stuff for cheap, because I thought I was fine paying cover price for all the trades, but I was hoping I wouldn't, because this one, and especially that Mobius one's real beat up. So, but I love it. Madman is probably in my top 5 books of all time now. Like, I don't know what I did without it. It's just a fun story. If you just want a fun, light-hearted, funny book, read Madman, because it's really good. You know, I think it's ingenious. I don't know. I just really like it. You know, the art's really good. I guess Laura doesn't cover it. Does it say who does the if it's black and white? I doubt she colors it. Whew, you can smell the water in it though still. So I'm still under the belief that it got something got flooded. But no, it's a great book. This will be we'll probably look at this book really soon just to talk about it. Like, you can learn a lot from him, and just reading the Dark Horse stuff to this, he's grown as an artist from just this to that series, because we'll see it in the facial work, we'll see it in the figure work, Like this is very stiff compared to his future Madman books. Like if you want to go to one of our recent Madman videos and just look at the difference between the figures, like that looks really stiff compared to like his newer art, the stuff we've been looking at recently, you know. So that's another good thing. If you want to see artist growth, look at All Red too, because you'll see it. Like I don't know, like it just I'm telling just from this, he gets a lot more fluid and organic in his artwork, whereas this one's much more stiff and just kind of stagnant in ways. So that's cool to see, to see that growth as an artist. Like I've talked about, it takes 1,000 hours to get better. It takes 1,000 hours drawing, actually putting it to use, and it takes 1,000 hours of studying. So seeing this, you're gonna get better. Just read this. See like what makes what work. How does he do this? How does he do that? You gotta study it. 1,000 hours, you'll get a little bit better. Some will click. You won't be a master of art all of a sudden, but something you were having trouble with 6 months ago, it's gonna be easy as pie, baby. But it's just fun. I can't tell you how much I like Madman, how much I like All Red. I think I'm gonna get a Madman tattoo now. Get a little thunderbolt symbol. It's just fun, or maybe a little yo-yo. I just like it. And this is more of a recent read for me. I probably read this maybe 2, 3 months ago, and I'm just head over heels for All Red, collecting any All Red book I can get. And that's a good thing about All Red too, is unlike Mobius where it's expensive to get into, All Red books you can usually find in like the dollar bins or some of his stuff recently I saw in like the $10 bins, which I don't know why. He's an amazing artist, but I don't know why a random Silver Surfer. I'm sure some like first appearance of a character or something. But like Madman's, you can probably find cheap if you want to get into Madman. Which support your local comic book stores. Don't buy them on eBay. Go to your local comic book store. See what they got. See if they have this trade. See if they have another trade. The omnibuses look really cool. I might ask for that for my B day from my from my wife because they just look awesome. You know. Like here's just a joke. He goes to the diner, he can't pay, so they make him wash the dishes for just a panel, and it just works really well. I love it. Um, if you just want also good storytelling, just fun, good, honest storytelling, read Madman. I think it just works super well. And like I'm gonna say it again, we can all learn something from it, in my opinion. You know. One of my few things about him is he makes a lot of his antagonists look alike. Like this guy, I feel like in another book I just read of his, or the his main antagonist in this issue. Let's see, where is he at? Where is he at? This guy is in a Metamorpho book. All Red did, but it's cool. I like it. I think the art's just really good. His art's just really good. And he just does funny things in a lot of his books, like these pages. It's that classic, you you just flip through them and they move. It's just hilarious. I love it. So I guess this is one of our shortest videos in a while. Um, I'm filming these in advance because I'm gonna be on vacation the week these come out. I'm gonna be in Corpus Christi and San Antonio. So if any of you know some really good comic book or just a comic book store, I'd love to check it out. Spread that community. I love supporting stores, and we'll get some stuff for some pickups. So if you know any, comment down below. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you. It really means a lot to us. If you found something you liked, like, comment, subscribe. We are a almost everyday comic book channel. We post Monday to Friday, every week, 10 a.m. You know, so there's gonna be a video pretty much for everyone, and maybe we'll start doing some random weekend videos, a little Sunday, catch up or Sunday preview of what we're gonna do. But it's been fun. We're at 35 subscribers right now when I'm filming this. Our summer goal is 40. So, I can't wait to we gotta get 5 more. We're in the, just the last bottom of the fifth, or, something like that. So if we get 5 more, or when we get 5 more, which I know we're gonna do, the goal is summer, but I'm gonna shoot it up and say by the end of June. If we get it by the end of June, I'll raffle off. Well, I'm gonna raffle off art anyway, but for June, I'll raffle off 2 pieces of artwork. We're gonna be doing maybe I'll try a live stream or something, and just do a little mini celebration of reaching that goal already. It's been awesome. I would like to thank everyone who subscribed. From people from the Reddit communities who I've been kind of posting to a lot, from all my Instagram followers who have followed me over, for my near and dear friends and family, and my wife for following me over. It's been a real fun journey. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm learning a lot. I hope I can at least sound educated enough to have people learn something, but it's been fun. Um, but yeah, I guess I'll send you on some marching orders, and I'm out of here. Make more art.